Hey everyone, this is Hart and we're back with Melfand Stories. This time I'm going to play through a second possible path. There are three possible paths, which I'm just going to call A, B, and C. So this is what would be B, which is the same as A, except that at the church, instead of going to the town, we're going to go to the sky level. And I've got my cup of tea, so I'm ready to go. Hart used tea, HP returned to max. Yeah. Okay, if we hand you over to Lord Normalwa, we'll get loads of money. So, keep still. Ah, no! Someone help me! Hey, stop that. You're being mean to it. What? If you go against us, that's the same as going against Lord Normalwa. We'll show you. No. Lemon is so slow. Oh, I want that spell. Think. Yay! Take that. Yay, go team. Arigato. My name is Luffy. You really saved me. Why didn't you just fly into the sky and escape? In the skies around here, there are loads of terrible monsters which are serving Normalwa. But now that I've seen you, I feel a little bit braver. Okay, hey, get on my back, and we'll defeat those monsters. Okay. Let's do it, Luffy. Yeah, so this stage is a little bit different to the other stages. It doesn't really scroll at all. You spend the whole stage on Luffy's back. So the enemies all come to you like this. There's these Oni type enemies, and now the harpies have blue hair for some reason. Ooh. And this stage is supposed to be on the easy side, and town is supposed to be hard, but I actually find this stage harder. Okay, so this is the mid boss, Death Flyer. I think probably the reason I find this hard is that maybe because I'm using Lemon here. Lemon is really rubbish against aerial guys, as you can see. So let's show someone else some love. Let's go with Nora, since I don't use her very much. Let's go. Good job. Oh no, I can't reach the apple. Oh, so tantalizing. Oh, that's just mean. Oh well. Okay, these guys, I don't like these guys. So you can't hit them when they're rolled up. You have to jump over them. Actually, this is kind of a lot easier with Nora. Ah! Ouch. Ouch, he says. Ah! That's just mean. And you probably noticed there's something coming in the background. That's the boss, who will be here shortly. Oh man, this is really difficult. Seriously? Ow. Yeah. Okay. Ah! See, I find this way harder than the other stages. The town stage. Ah, man. Go. Finally. Boss time! The Manticore. Whoa, ouch. Okay, that's enough Nora for now. Let's go with... Of course. Whoa, he's so much slower than Nora. I suppose that's to be expected. Except when you slide! See, I think Cause is probably the best. As much as I prefer the design of L or maybe Lemon, Cause is probably the best character in the game because he's the strongest, and then his drawback is supposed to be that he's slow, but I think he has the fastest and furthest slide, so you can always get around that. Yeah, we beat the boss! So we get a little bonus, which is always nice. Thanks, game. Thanks, Luffy. So now I can fly freely in the sky. To thank you, I'll take you to wherever you want to go. Okay, well then take me to the capital of Melfand. What? Do you intend to go after Normalwa himself? Apparently he's sold his soul to some evil spirit. For my father, no, for all the people of the land, I must defeat him. Okay, but don't blame me. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Ooh, okay. We've seen this bonus stage before, it's the same. This is much quicker when you're, horse. Ah. Wow, I think I did that like twice as fast as it takes me to do with Lemon. Yay, extra credit, awesome. Now, as much as this is supposedly the easier course, because you have to take all the easy stages to get here, I actually find this next stage probably the hardest version of this stage. There are 3 different approaches to the castle, one from Sky, one from Town, and one from Cave. So we're going to the Sky approach now. And supposedly this is supposed to be the easiest path, but actually I find this the hardest version of the castle anyway. Oh, and I figured out what the fairy does. It actually doubles your attack. Won't really be very obvious as course now because he's the strongest character anyway, but as any of the other characters, especially as Lemon, it's very useful. Any enemy that would take, for example, 2 hits takes just 1 hit. Okay, this is pretty tricky, this particular sequence, in my opinion. I kind of want that spell. There's these things that poison you, and then there's all these barrels. It's kind of just crazy. Yikes. So, as usual, I just like to dash through everything, and then deal with everything when I get to the top. You have to defeat all the enemies before you can move on to the next screen, so... this is a slightly tricky room because of... that. I haven't yet been able to work out how you can figure out where those are. Like, there doesn't seem to be any kind of any kind of indication. You just have to kind of go slowly, I suppose. No, go wait. Ah! I was expecting one of those things to come up, like that. Ouch! Okay. Creepy poster? Poster? Painting? Whatever. This is probably the coolest boss, in my opinion. Ah! Hellhound! It's cool the way he jumps out of the picture. I think. Seriously? Let's go! What do you mean my sliding technique isn't working? What's that about? I love their faces when they get burned. It looks really funny. Burned? Burnt? Same difference. Go! Yeah, good job! Woo, woo, woo. Okay, which brings us to another staircase sequence with more of these kind of guys. These guys are particularly difficult to deal with on the stairs, I think, because they attack in a downward motion anyway. So, yeah, even though this is supposedly the easier path, I find this really tough. As you can see, I'm about to die. But that brings you up here, which should be familiar because this is the same room as at the end of the first path we went down. So this brings us back to Nomova. And just as before, he's pretty easy, but as we know, he's not supposed to be the main threat here. Ouch! There's also something different about the final boss. This isn't as you promised. You said you'd give me the greatest power. This is all the same. Ah, it's Beryl. Okay. So, let's finish this guy. Ah, and as you can see, instead of fairies helping us, we have Ilya, the nun that we saved. She's helping us this time. And she attacks whenever you do and follows you. So, go, Ilya. Okay, let's go, let's do this thing. Ah, good job. Woo. Go team, yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo. The ending is slightly different as well. Oh, I'm glad I made it in time. This must be the power of God. I thought maybe even I could be of some help to you, and I hurried after you. And because when I saw you, I knew that there's something, I knew I had to do something as well. And then the ending is pretty much the same after this. So I'm gonna get the last path done, which will be path C, and then that should be it for Melfand's story. So I'll see you in the next part.